Hi, this is Ethan, and this is your monthly Oracle and Tarot card reading for June 2023. And this reading is for spiritual guidance, personal growth, aligning with your purpose, and becoming the best version of yourself. And this is a general reading, so just take what resonates with you, but stick around because I will be doing a pick a card reading as well at the end. And this will give you an additional personal message and a crystal to work with through the month ahead. First, I'm working with the Arcana Iris Sacra Tarot today, which is a Thoth-based tarot deck, and I will actually be working with just the major arcanas today, and the reason I'm doing that is because it's going to give us a much more concise and direct message that will cut straight to the heart of the month. This is an old school method that I've used before, and I think you guys are gonna like it. So this card is to pick the major spiritual theme of the month, or where your power lies. And the card we got this month is the Lovers. And as you can see, this card actually has a lot of astrological and alchemical symbolism. So the major theme I think for this month is actually commitment. And you're being asked to commit to a goal, or there's something perhaps you've been not giving full attention to. It could be a project, it could be something you agreed to, something you want to do, maybe in your spare time, could be side hustle, could be something to do with something you're trying to manifest. And this thing definitely needs a lot more energy or time put into it. And if you haven't done that yet, then this month you're being called to do that. So what you're going to have to do is basically focus on things. You're going to have to really just, like, you see this couple that are staring into each other's eyes, they're not distracted by anything else. They're fully committed to each other. They've made a promise. So you need to honor any promises you've made to yourself. You need to honor any kind of thing in your life that needs a certain amount of energy and attention, and stop maybe distributing your energy amongst other things, or you might be procrastinating. So you need to give your goal or whatever you're trying to manifest this month 100% of your energy, and you'll need to prioritize. So it's not that you're dropping anything else, you just need to make sure that you do give things the attention they need. So that's what I've got for you for the major theme and where your power lies this month. So if you are interested in this deck, I have included a link in the description. Okay, let's see what else is going on for you this month. And for this part of the reading, I'm working with this newly released Citadel Oracle, which is a fantasy-based oracle. It really is quite a special deck. And everything has these lovely gilding on each of the cards. So we're going to be picking 3 cards from this deck now. This is some more guidance for the month, and the first card we have is the Catalyst. This card for me is all about change and transformation. So you're being asked to take control, so whether that could be changes happening in your life right now, things that you're not used to, things happening around you that seem like they're moving in a different direction than you expected. Perhaps things will come up for you this month that you didn't see happening, and you need to also look at adapting to things quickly. So as these things happen for you, you need to adapt and roll with it, and you need to, go with the flow. And then the other thing this card could also mean is you might need to look at yourself and figure out what needs to change, because this card is very much about something that causes a transformation to occur. So that is something that's in your hands. That's something you have some control over. So you're also being asked, what do you need to change in your life at the moment, or as you move forward through the month, to get to where you need to be. So definitely have a think about that and start to make some changes. And the next card is the Founder. And this card, I would say, is about taking steps to build something new in your life and understanding that, it takes a long time to create something new. So that could be something you're working on. If you go back to the card of the month, talked about committing to things. Obviously here you've got this beautiful little city on the coast that, took a long time to create. The people in this community built this thing up from something very humble and small, which is the little mouse at the bottom. And you're being asked to, put the time in to do the work and understand, even if you're manifesting things and you're using your mind a lot, you will have to take some real world action. And you're definitely being asked, to do what is required, do what you need to do to get to where you want to go, and to lay the foundations for, future things, long-term goals. You may have to wear many hats as well. If you look, we've got this mouse has the sword, and this one has a hammer. They're two different things. So you might be having to learn some new skills. You might have to even get some help from outside. You might have to speak to someone who can help you, in areas that you're not as familiar with. So if things come up in the month that you need some help on or you're not used to doing, definitely get outside help if you can. And, put the time into building what it is you're trying to create and understand that it's a process and it will take time. Rome wasn't built in a day, is the old saying. But definitely you're laying foundations at this time. I think don't expect instant results. Understand that, a certain amount of things need to occur in your life. You need to do the things you need to actually do and act on to bring about the change you want to see. And the last card we have is the Cartographer. So this again is talking about, here we've got some references to a crossroads. You might be feeling as if you are at a crossroads in your life. You might be feeling that you are at a point when you have a lot of different options and directions for you to go in. So I would definitely say, you might have to make some big choices. You might have to choose which direction you want to go in. If you look at the compass here and the map and all these different countries and islands and worlds, they're all new areas. So you're definitely the whole reading seems to be pushing you towards doing new things, definitely trying new things and creating things that you haven't done yet. These are all new tasks. And you're going to have to make a choice between security and adventure. So, the comfort zone is always the problem for all of us. It's very easy to stay where we are, and you don't want to take the risk of losing something or doing something that doesn't work out. And definitely the guidance at this time is that you need to do something different. You need to try something you haven't done before. Definitely indicates some fear of new things with the catalyst as well. So, don't fear change, don't fear trying different things. It's going to be beneficial to you if you reach out, do something new, try something you've not tried before, and it might be the solution you've been looking for, especially if you're trying to manifest or create something and it hasn't been happening as quickly as you think or you wanted, or it hasn't worked before. It's usually a case of trying something you haven't tried. If you love this deck as much as me, I've included a link below. This is an affiliate link. The deck is released, I believe, June in the US and other parts of the world. It's already been released here in the UK, but you can pre-order it. And just before we get to your pick a card reading, if you enjoyed this reading so far, then please give it a thumbs up and also subscribe if you're not already subscribed. For this part of the reading, I am using my own personal oracle card deck, which I have hand drawn, and it will help you choose a personal message, which we'll be doing as a pick a card reading, and the crystal which will guide you or support you during the month. I won't be showing the illustrations from the card, but I will be giving you a message, which is the final message just personally for you this month. Okay, so just take a moment and tune in and allow your intuition to guide you to a card of your choice. And this should just tune in to receive your message and your crystal for the month. So there's card 1, 2, or 3. And you can pause this video if you need a little longer to choose your card. Once you have chosen your card, you can see the video chapters, which will jump straight to your message. Okay, so if you picked card 1, then your crystal is blue lace agate. And your personal message for this month, in addition to the general reading, is that you must communicate clearly. So that's communicating with, could be friends and family, people at work, people on social media, and anything you're trying to do if you're trying to get your message out there. If you're trying to share things online, information, just be very clear with all your interactions. And the stone you've got is blue lace agate, which will help with your throat chakra, and it will help make things smoother in all your communications and help you speak your truth in a way that can be understood, and listening to people as well, not just speaking your truth, it's also listening. And it will also keep you calm and level-headed as you do so that people actually will take the message that you're trying to give to the world. And if you can't get this stone, you could also use blue chalcedony or turquoise. And of course, if you liked any of the decks I used, which is the Arcana Sacra and also the Citadel Oracle, I have included links below if you want to check those out. Have a great month. Okay, so if you picked card 2, then your crystal is blue topaz. And your message for the month is to reflect on things. In fact, this crystal came up for the yearly reading, so some of you are either going to get this stone twice, or it seems to be a stone that seems quite useful at this time. And the reason it will help you with self-reflection, and that could be looking at your life, where you are, maybe taking some type of life review, or it could also be simply looking at your inner world and how that is reflected outwards into your life. So that's your overall kind of definitely look at your own inner sort of energy and how it's expressed around you and what you do in your life. And the stone, which is blue topaz, will help you for self-reflection, and it's very meditative stone, and it helps you access your inner truth. And of course, this stone is not too easy to find, and it's a little bit expensive. So as an alternative substitutes, I am going to say lapis lazuli or blue tiger's eye, which is sometimes known as hawk's eye. And of course, if you liked any of the decks I used today, the Arcana Iris Sacra or the Citadel, I have included links in the description. And have a great month. Okay, so if you picked card 3, then your crystal is ruby. And your message for the month is to believe in yourself. So it's a very important message for you at this time. You're being asked to trust, your knowledge, your abilities, your capability to, make changes in your life or to do something you're doing. You're probably worrying a little too much about things. You might not fully trust yourself. You need to believe in yourself because that's where you're going to access your power. And the stone, which is ruby, and you can get this inexpensive like this if you don't get gem quality rubies. They're usually more of a purplish plum color. Some are more red, but they're not transparent. These are not too much. I will give you substitutes in a minute. But basically, this stone is recommended for you for this month because it will help with empowerment, personal empowerment stone. And it's good for reclaiming your power. So if you feel you've lost some power, some self-belief, then this stone will help you tap back into that. So for substitutes, if you cannot get a ruby, you can work with carnelian or tiger's eye. I also have these two decks that I used today, so I have included links for both of them if you do want to check those out. I hope this helps you, and I hope you have a great month.